school locker rooms be like.
Alright, I already touched on the unspeakable things that go down in the high school bathrooms, bro.
Yeah.
But there's only one place on earth that is more foul than those bathrooms. And it's the goddamn locker rooms. That room smells like complete...
And Billionaires Islands. You know, Billionaires Islands are pretty foul. You know, they have some unspeakable things there too. But you know, male locker rooms, they're a very close second. Hey, I'm live on Twitch every single Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Link is in the description. I better see you there.
And utter dog shit mixed with Axe spray. Like maybe I just went to school with a whole lot of Discord mods, but the rancid smell of the boys' locker room will contaminate anything in a 50-foot radius. And shit, Lord knows what goes down in that questionable place.
I remember when I walked into the bathroom, there's a puddle of diarrhea. The only reason why people realized it was there in the first place, because most of us are oblivious to everything that's going on because we just trying to get in and out. Someone just started slipping and sliding on it. They didn't fall in it, but that man, he was skating across the locker room for a little bit. He looked at his shoe and he was like, oh. He started to bust into tears, bro.
Like, you'll walk in there and see anything, bro. Motherfuckers will be having fights, chicken fights.
There wasn't that many fights.
Sword fights. Like, any laws and rules simply don't apply to the boys' locker room. Motherfuckers will be throwing hands, selling drugs, committing arson, committing several counts of fucking tax evasion.
Yes.
Shit, you name it. It's pretty much a GTA lobby in that bitch. Like, I remember one day I walked into PE and my teacher was like, hey, where's your PE strip? And I was like, shit, it's in the locker room. So I walk into the locker room and there's just two motherfuckers throwing hands and they just stop and look at me like, oh shit. I'm gonna just get my backpack and shit. So yeah. Alright, y'all be safe. And then they just went back to beating the shit out of each other. Now listen, I don't spend too much time in the girls' locker room, but anytime I walk by there, that shit smells like rose petals and rainbows. So I can only imagine there's...
I remember one guy just walked into the girls' bathroom, unprovoked. He was gay too, so he thought he could just walk in there. He was a big gay dude too. I'm not talking about your average Joe 5'9". No, I'm talking 6'5", round 270, and black. Do you know how terrified some of those girls were?
No group fights, no chicken fights. Hopefully no fucking sword fights. And bro, you deadass can't leave shit in the locker room. Like, if you leave anything not locked up, it's gone. These kids are ruthless, bro. They're snatching your wallet, your phone, your clothes. Shit, they're taking your PB&J salad.
Oh, lunches were getting snatched. Oh, yes, lunches were getting snatched. Yes. They did not care, bro. Lunches were the most likely thing to get snatched, too.
And the thing is, if you want your PB&J back, you're gonna have to get it back in blood because there's no laws in the locker room.
I remember this one dude thought he could take this special needs kid lunch because, you know, he was special needs. He was like, haha, I take your lunch. He started eating it. That, when I tell you, he charged up his special needs necessityism, lunged at him, right? Screaming and all. So the dude was shook for a second, lunged at him. He socked him. He fell into the ground. The dude that he ate his sandwich, he fell into the ground, and special needs guy just sticks his finger into his throat, touching his uvula. He threw up everywhere. After that, he stood up and said, I got my lunch back. Nigga, he was white. But I'm gonna let you know, if I'm seeing him do that, I don't want no problems with you. You feel what I'm saying? He did this in the span of 1.78 seconds, bro. Goku would have been terrified.
See, if someone snatched my sandwich in math class, I'm turning into 6'9", bro. Mr. Cumminson, Jordan Johnson here, who lives on 123 Stickman Drive, postal code STK.
I always ate in my classes.
Stole my peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
My teachers didn't
my
care.
mom made me, so
as long as I didn't leave a mess.
I'm gonna need his ass suspended. But if you try to tell a teacher about anything that happened in the locker room,
they don't care.
They don't give a fuck. Mr. Principal, Jordan Johnson just stabbed me and stole my backpack, my phone, my wallet, and my ID.
Damn, I'm sorry to hear that.
They don't care.
Where did this happen?
It was in the locker room after PE.
Oh, you said the locker room?
You're just gonna have to get it back in blood. Back in blood? What are you talking about? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The way you're snitching right now, you kind of look like a bitch. But yo, one time me, Billy, and Bob were coming back to the locker room after some good old dodgeball, and Billy notices a dude rummaging through his backpack. So he's like, yo, what are you doing, bro? But when he turned around, Billy was bamboozled to find out the kid rummaging through his bag he was special. And there was just this moment.
Oh, this is like the opposite of my story. It's like the complete opposite.
Of silence. Yo, am I supposed to like beat his ass right now? Or bro, I'm sure he didn't take anything. Just politely ask for your bag back. All right, yeah. Oh, hey man, can I get my bag back, please? And the kid just hugged Billy, and then he left. And I'm still confused.
That reminds me of one time when I went on campus one time, bro. You know, I was moving in on campus, and there was just this random Indian dude. The fact that he was Indian has no relevance in the story, but I'm saying it anyways. This random Indian dude walked up to me, pointed to me in my face, and said, "You." Stared at me for 10 seconds, and then just walked away.
Confused to this day, but I'm gonna be honest. Locker rooms weren't all that bad, cause sometimes you'd walk in that hole and they would just be throwing a party. Now it still smells like ass, and there was literally no females, but it was still kind of lit. Like you'd walk in there and it would transform into the club.
Yeah.
Shout out my Lego, that's me. I'm in this bitch with TP. I'm in this bitch with Ultra. Or you'll
but
walk
yeah, they would have like one of the dudes would have like a book bag speaker, just so he could blast music.
There and they'll just be giving out free pizza. Like walking into the locker room is a gamble. You might walk in there and get robbed, or you'll get some fucking pizza. I don't know.
Free
but
pizza.
what I do know is there's only 10 types of dudes in the locker room. Starting with that one kid who must have thought it was the 1800s the way he was whipping motherfuckers. Next, we got the poor guy.
What are you talking about? The way he was what? Yip, whipping. What is he talking about?
Who's just trying to change. He's quiet, he's normal, and he changes. It's a locker room, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then we got that one poor soul who gets absolutely cooked by the entire locker room. Yo, why is Kevin built like Mike Wazowski? Bro's got no neck. We're stick men. None of us have necks. Shut up. You skip neck day.
He skips neck.
Next, we got Bob. Bob's just
Bob?
that guy that casually takes his shirt off, and he's built like Giga Chad.
Oh
shit.
I thought you were just gonna say the guy who just is okay with just being naked in front of all of us. You know, because there was a few guys who would just strip down. They had no problem with nothing. They just strip and carry on with their day. And I'm like, I get it's a locker room. I do fully understand that. I still don't want to see your ding-a-ling though. Like I truly don't.
Fucking sexy ass Bob. And I don't know why, but there was always that one guy who thought it was a good idea to just whip his nuts out. Unprovoked, uncalled for, completely out of pocket.
I had a dude, he would pull his underwear all the way up. And no homo, right? Pause, some may say, right? But he was thick. Like, objectively speaking, he had what the Europeans would call a bunda. And he would just start twerking. He swear he's not gay though. But he would just start twerking. Shirt off. Boxers pulled all the way up. There was other guys holding each other down, putting dinglings in ears. I've said that multiple times. I've definitely told that story more than once. About dude getting held down, having putting a dingling in his ear. But they were all friends. So we didn't know if this was a haha jokey joke or this man really just got ear raped.
Like, what do you look like with your nuts out in a room with 30 half-naked sweaty dudes? Like, personally in that situation, I'm keeping my balls in my boxers. Thank you very much.
They also had a measure off in the locker room, and one of the dudes was like, hey, I need to get hard first because on soft is not fair.
Tell me why there was always one kid who was just dousing himself in Axe spray. And it's always the mustiest motherfucker doing it too. Like, who's gonna tell him that Axe spray doesn't replace taking showers, bruh? And I don't know about your locker room, but for mine, there was always a dude eating. Like, out of all the places on earth, why are you eating in the locker room? Like,
because I'm eating in class, so I don't get hungry during lunch. But my class after lunch doesn't allow me to eat. So the only time I can eat is either in the locker room or the gym. And sometimes the gym teacher gets mad when I'm eating in gym class. So the locker room's the next best place. The thing is, like with my locker room in my school though, we had like 2 locker rooms for the boys. So one locker room was basically for football players and the other one was for just normal students. The football players locker room stunk like crazy, but the normal students one, it was okay. Like it didn't smell terrible.
Like for some reason, there's something about eating around a bunch of dudes in their boxers that just doesn't.
Plus, I went to a smaller school.
I mean,
it's not like I went to Texas where there's 258,000 students in one building.
Bringing that sandwich into the locker room makes it contaminated. That sandwich will be tasting like wet dog and Axe spray. And next, we got the kid who just makes as much noise as humanly possible.
We had one of those.
And then there's that one dude who decides he's having a shower. And all
he had
power to
one
that
guy
guy,
like
but
that.
Personally, there is no fucking way I'm showering in school.
Me
like,
either.
I can't trust this little door to stop these menaces from breaking into my shower.
The only reason why the dude was able to get away with taking a shower though was because he was about 6'4", 250. This wasn't the gay guy. This is someone just completely different. He was just humongous, one of the biggest guys in the school. So we knew no one was gonna go in there and mess with him. But if someone, a little pretty person like myself, were to try to take a shower, I don't know what would happen. You feel me? I don't know. I'm glad that my gym class was almost always at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Cause remember, there's no laws in the locker room. Like, it's no jail, but I'm sure if you drop the soap in there, you're gonna get violated.
Someone's gonna ask if you prayed that day.
Fiend. There's always a dude fiending for a vape in every locker room. And it's low-key worse in the locker room than the bathrooms.
No.
Like, these locker room fiends would do a little bit too much for some nicotine. I've seen them pay $5 for a single hit, and fuck, I don't want to know what they'll do for a hit when they run out of money. And still, I'm not gonna lie, the high school bathrooms get wild. They'll be hotboxed, there'll be fight clubs, but the thing about the bathrooms is a teacher can walk in at any time and get every student suspended. Like, even the poor kid taking a piss will probably get suspended just by association, which is exactly why the high school locker rooms get so fucking rowdy, because there's truly no teacher strong enough to stop the buffoonery that goes on in these locker rooms. So they don't even try. Shit, I don't care if your teacher is John Cena. There is no single man who can put a stop to the fuck shit that goes down in the locker room.
My PE teacher did. Yeah, he was a football coach. He stopped a lot of tomfoolery in the locker room when it was PE class. Now, he didn't stop nothing when it was like it was time for practice, but just PE class, he was stopping nonsense.
But there is one thing that can. A female. There is one thing that can. A female.
Whoa, what woman is just walking through the male bathroom?